Hello, you most welcome to the Jessica Brima channel. I'm delighted you're here today, and I'd like to talk about the real reason one of the tribunal judges, Justice Ugo, resigned from the Presidential Election Tribunal. You see, the fact is, even from the time the election was being done, every one of us felt that there was the possibility that the APC government will rig the election in favor of their candidate, Tinubu. Everybody had that fear and worry, and that was why in all those press conferences, people kept questioning the INEC chairman. How about this? How about that? How do you safeguard this? How do you? And he kept assuring people that all the results will be uploaded in real time from the polling units. So we thought they could rig it, but we never knew. Nobody expected this kind of brazen and bloody rigging of the election, daylight robbery of the election, stealing the people's mandate. We didn't expect that it would be so open and so like a movie in a daredevil manner. Nobody expected that. The same thing is going on now, the same, kind of scenario. We felt that we know that Tinubu will try to bribe the Supreme Court judges, the tribunal judges to rule in his favor in spite of the glaring evidence against him. In spite of the fact that he didn't win 25% in Abuja. In spite of the fact that INEC could not even submit the result they used to call the election in favor of Tinubu. They don't have it. So at the end of the day, everybody's like, okay, he's going to bribe the judges, but we never knew it could be so brazen. They can't be bothered about it. Wike, that is an expert in bribing Supreme Court judges, just hosted the judges. He hosted the tribunal judges and he hosted the Supreme Court judges. I mean, what other evidence are we looking for to know that they are trying to compromise the whole tribunal judgment? It's already, the judges are already compromised. And then Justice Ugo Boluloro Numo, whatever the surname is, Justice Ugo dropped the bombshell and said this Tinubu government is trying to kneecap democracy in Nigeria. He decided to resign. He said he cannot side with Tinubu. That would mean the death of Nigeria's democracy. It's bad enough that Tinubu sent his thugs to steal and maim and change election results in his favor, to get the INEC man to swallow his words and shamelessly announce Tinubu as winner by 4 a.m. in the middle of the night. It's bad enough. Justice Ugo is seeing that the rest of the judges with him in this election tribunal have compromised. He has seen that the Supreme Court is compromised, and he knows that remaining silent would not allow him to rest. Remaining silent would make him complicit. Yes, it would mean that he's part of the compromised judges in the Nigerian judiciary. So he decided to resign. I know that a lot of people are calling him a coward. Why did he resign? He should have remained there. There are 5 of them, If 4 are dancing to Tinubu's tune, if 4 have collected bread from Tinubu and are ready to give the judgment in favor of Tinubu, just one person, Justice Ugo, will not make any difference. So it's better. I'm glad that he resigned and was able to speak up, because if I remained in the tribunal, he wouldn't be able to speak up. He wouldn't be able to expose what is going on. No. So he wants to show that he cannot be complicit in the stolen mandate. He wants to show that he still has a conscience, and that his conscience will not allow him to collect bribe and compromise the judiciary. He decided to resign. So there's no point waiting for the for them to deliver judgment. We already know what the judgment will be. We now know that they're going to give the stolen, they're going to rubber stamp Tinubu's stolen mandate. Yes, they're going to say, yes, Tinubu won. When even the dead know Tinubu didn't win. The baby in the womb knows that Tinubu didn't win. But these judges want to close their eyes and reject their In other words, they are saying that previous rulings they've given against those who didn't win 25% in Abuja, those previous rulings are now null and void, aren't they? Immediately I heard that Wike was hosting these judges. I remembered one testimony Wike was giving in church one time, how he became governor of Rivers State. He didn't win the election. They took him to court. The case got to Supreme Court. He talked about how Odili, because Odili's wife was in the Supreme Court then, I don't know if she's still there. He said the ex-governor Odili helped him so much. He would tell him, go and see this person, go and see that person. So he was thanking Odili in the presence of the congregation in the church. And of course, it was Odili's wife, Mary, that helped him to be able to have access to the judges in the Supreme Court, her colleagues in the Supreme Court. And they were able to declare Wike, who didn't win the election, as the winner of the election. So if Wike could get away with that, he did 8 years as a governor. He knows that getting Tinubu's getting the judges to rubber stamp Tinubu's stolen mandate is just piece of cake. Oh yes, he knows how to do. His experience in such things is just piece of cake. So my brothers and sisters, let's not have hopes about these tribunals taking away the stolen mandate, retrieving it from Tinubu. Let's not have hope about the Supreme Court retrieving the stolen mandate from Tinubu. It's not possible. This indeed is the death of democracy. But I hope you all seen the implications of this. I hope you understand the depth of the darkness that has enveloped Nigeria at this time. I hope you do. A lot of people are saying, oh, for them to fill their fuel tank in their cars, they will have to spend 70,000 naira. And then, lo and behold, another person said that she had to use 1.2 million to fuel the tank in her Jeep. Has a massive tank, 1.2 million naira to fill the tank. And you ask yourself, why is Tinubu doing this to Nigerians? Increasing the price of fuel from 165 naira to 650 and then black market 700 naira? Because he knows that Nigerians never voted for him. So he doesn't give a damn about Nigerians. They never voted for him. And one thing again that proves that Tinubu wants to punish Nigerians for rejecting him is the recent increase in school fees of Unity schools. Unity schools, some that were paying 45,000 will start paying over 100,000. Those that were paying 16,000, over 100,000. The whole thing is crazy. How does he expect parents to pay this 500% increase in school fees of Unity schools? Who lives life that way? He doesn't care about Nigerians. He doesn't care about anybody. He doesn't care what you feel or think about the suffering you're going through, because he knows that you didn't vote for him anyway. He knows how he's stolen the mandate, and that's how he'll continue to steal the mandate and suppress everybody for as long as he's got to live and be president of Nigeria. God help us. And if he wants to stay there another 4 years, he will just get it by doing exactly what he did before, releasing his thugs onto the streets to kill and maim and steal the election once again for him, and then getting the Supreme Court judges, just bribing them, sealing their mouth and their conscience, and then Tinubu writing the result, the what do you call it now? Writing the election ruling by himself. He will stay in his house and write it and give them and say, oh yeah, read it out. I've already bought your soul with my billions, so you have no right to say otherwise. Just think about it. He's punishing Nigerians because Nigerians rejected him. This government now, the only people that will be able to live well under Tinubu's government, just a handful of his sycophants and his thugs. Those are the only few that will be able to live well in this government. People are slumming and dying. Slumped and died. Slumped and died. People are starving to death in their homes. Yes. People are now trekking. Tinubu has taken us back to the medieval times of our great-great-grandfathers when they told us about how they used to trek distances to get to where they were going. That's where Tinubu has taken us back to. I know that when it seems like the sun will never shine anymore, just when it seems like the sun will never shine anymore, God is going to set a rainbow in our sky. I just ended with this song, and I pray that you subscribe to my channel. I pray that you share this video to alert people of what is going on. But as you're doing it, remember that song that says, when it looks like the sun isn't gonna shine anymore, God will set a rainbow in our sky just when it looks like the sun isn't gonna shine anymore. God will set a rainbow in the sky. Thank you so much for stopping by. God bless you richly. This is Evangelist Jess Brimer, and this is the Jessica Brimer channel. Kindly hit the subscribe button before you exit.